Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey,
Hello.
and the Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 cents.
I'm not letting that slide, Scribe.
Okay. And the Lord... Did we ever give you a Lord name? We must have.
The Lord of Cows? I don't know. The Lord of Moo.
It's got to be a P word.
Sorry.
I'd say plaid, but it's not plaid. It's tartan, so I don't know.
It is. We'll think of something.
Come up with a good Scottish P word, and we'll make you Lord of that.
Okay.
And I am your Lord of Punishment, Scribe Light. Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. It's a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I don't know what makes it wonderful. If it's not wonderful for you, I'm sorry, but it's all right. How are you guys doing? How are you, Satsu?
I'm good. Had a very extremely uneventful day. So,
all right. Monkey, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm great. How are you, Scribbles?
Well, I'll talk about me in a second. But how are you, Tailed?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm quite tired. Didn't expect to be up this late, but there you go. Here I am, and happy to be here.
Yay! And thank you, Jacob Jett, Lord of Poultry.
What?
If you've got an inside joke there, I'm curious to know it.
No. Well, not that I'm aware of anyway. No.
Okay. Dark Alile says Lord of the Picts.
Lord of the Picts. Yeah, that would work, I suppose.
Okay. At least not Lord of the Picts.
Unless I think of something better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you let me know. You can pick your own.
Do.
Unless somebody else finds a better one. And let's see. So me, I had an interesting thing happen today. So I went in for my first eye appointment, as in glasses prescription, eye exam, for the first time in about 3 years, and decidedly the first time ever since my eye blew up last year. And I went in there going like, okay, they're going to change the prescription because, the stuff that went wrong with my eye, it's going to shift everything. He examined everything. Nothing has changed.
No better, no worse.
My prescription has not changed one iota, no pun intended, in 3 years, plus having had a stroke occur in my eye. And I was absolutely flabbergasted. Not a word I get to use very often, but there you go. I looked at the guy and said, "Are you sure?" He says, "Well, your right eye is a half a degree off, maybe, but that's like within margin of error. So functionally, nothing's changed, and you've still got 20/20 vision. Like, that's insane." And I explained to him what happened because he had no idea. And he says, "Yeah, no, your eyes are completely clear. If you hadn't told me this had happened to you, I wouldn't have noticed it." And then looking at your eyes, like, okay, well, thanks for nothing. I said it in a friendly way, but he laughed, and so that was it. And I was like, okay, so I guess I'm good to go. It was a very odd but very happy day in that sense. Thank you, Terry Diamantes. Telling jokes in Sockland will make him the Lord of Prison soon enough. Oh,
It's fine. I laughed.
There you go. Sinatra says, no idea. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Hi, Sinatra. I'm glad. I'm speaking of bad things happening, strokes and such. Glad you're okay.
Speaking of strokes, hi, Sinatra.
Yeah, speaking of strokes, I had one in my eye. You had one in your chest. Hey, we're practically stroke brothers. That doesn't sound right. No.
Stroke brothers. Yeah, no, that does not sound good.
Let's not go there. I think that's probably a channel on Pornhub.
Sounds like you should be on a mountain.
Anyway, let's see. Monkey Dick. Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button if you have not already. Many, many, many of you have not. Can we get to 100 likes before 15 minutes? You guys have been so good the last couple of shows. You can probably do it. I think so. I believe in you. And share our stuff in one way or another. We all have stuff to share, except probably Satsu. Well, maybe Satsu. I don't know. Let's see. Thank you, Connor Johnson. This Saturday marks what would have been Dr. Seuss's 115th birthday. I plan on doing a live stream reading select works of his to honor him. All right. Well, just be careful, Connor, because I just read today that a study shows that Dr. Seuss is totes racist.
Plus, be careful. You can't get hit with copyright strikes on those.
Yeah, it's possible. So just take it slow. Don't use any images. I don't know if just reading it out loud will get you in trouble. Can it?
It's copyrighted.
Yeah, but reading selections from stuff, is that really in danger?
I would just be careful. That's all.
Okay. All right. I don't know how these things work. Thank you, Point Curation. See the tailed feature. Familiar with the matter. That's what that means now. I remember that now. Yes, Tailed was my first guest on Familiar with the Matter, which now has 3 episodes, and we'll have a 4th, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend with, strangely enough, Point Curation. So then, anything else to cover and or plug before we get into the schnuzz?
We'll be playing tonight. We're streaming this, right? Satsu?
Yes.
We are playing, even though it's our night off. We'll be playing some more. What's the name of the game?
Borderlands.
Borderlands 2. That's it. Fuck. My brain was like Far Cry, and I'm like, that's not what it is. Yeah, we'll be over on 2 Cents Plus playing some more Borderlands 2 tonight. So catch that after the show.
Tail, do you want to plug anything coming up?
I guess the next video I'll probably do will be me responding to the online version of the hate crime consultation that I went to. There was an online one, so I've just been editing that today. It's gonna be a pretty boring video because it's just me typing shit out, but I'm not selling it very well. All right.
Yeah, gosh, you want to upswing that anymore? Huh?
Yeah, because I haven't actually done anything on my channel for over 10 days now, so I'm starting to itch a little bit.
Just overlay a picture of a kitten in the corner. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right. Well, how about some, as per the title, how about some border wall news-ish?
Sure, why not?
Because that's all the news there is. House passes resolution to overturn Trump's national emergency declaration. Does this mean anything? No. But anyway.
Does it mean anything to me?
Well, it doesn't mean anything to you. But you guys like walls. You had Hadrian's Wall.
Well, yeah, I guess. Wait, I don't think we liked it very much.
Well, but that's beside the point. It's just like, it makes it memorable. The U.S. House of Representatives passed a resolution to overturn President Trump's emergency declaration to build a wall on the U.S. southern border. The vote was 245 to 182. 13 Republicans voted with Democrats to pass the measure. The votes in favor of the resolution fell short of the 2/3 of the chamber needed to override a presidential veto. So it was effectively nothing.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah, Trump has issued a veto threat on the measure. The resolution now moves over to the Senate, where it must be brought to the floor for a vote within the next 18 days. And it may pass, but it's futile, so whatever. It's one big virtue. It's a waste of taxpayer money to virtue signal. We don't like the wall, which you've already told us over and over again.
Well, and there is part of it that's also, the separation of powers argument, but Congress gives up its power all the damn time. That's the problem. If they hadn't done that in the first place, this wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I do not agree with using an emergency declaration to supersede Congress. He got part of what he wanted out of the spending deal, which is more than most presidents get on most campaign promises. You should have just been happy with that and stop there. Let it go. Call it a win. Move on. But no. Thank you, Cryptic. As I suspected, someone has been adding soil to my garden. The plot thickens.
Oh, my God. I was like, who the fuck would do that? And then, okay, it's a joke.
It's Cryptic. Of course it's a joke. He's just one big joke. Let's see. How about Michael Cohen? You like Michael Cohen news?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I agree with Tail, but this, like I say, this is the big news of the day, according to CNN.
Yeah, except I wasn't actually joking. Who?
Yeah, well, Michael Cohen was President Trump's personal lawyer. He was the guy who was the broker/fixer who silenced the porn stars ahead of his campaign.
Great.
Yeah. The New York State Supreme Court in Manhattan has disbarred Michael Cohen, President Donald Trump's former personal attorney and fixer, after Cohen pleaded guilty last year to multiple felony charges, according to a decision released Tuesday. I don't really care. There was another story about him today, though, where someone was threatening to tell his wife about his mistresses or something.
There was,
which,
Kind of.
when you say that on Twitter, it kind of defeats the purpose of blackmail, but I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Representative Matt Gaetz, I think it is, defends tweet suggesting Michael Cohen has girlfriends. Florida Representative Matt Gaetz defended a tweet he sent Tuesday about Michael Cohen, suggesting that President Trump's former attorney had been unfaithful to his wife. Quote, do your wife and father-in-law know about your girlfriends? Maybe tonight would be a good time for that chat. I wonder if she'll remain faithful when you're in prison. She's about to learn a lot. Okay, people, adults are children now.
Night, baby.
There's just no separation between maturity and being, schoolyard bully. Michael Cohen. Does your wife know about your girlfriend, Michael? I'm going to tell on you. Oh, my God. And this is an elected official, by the way. So just like, oh, God. The Trumpification of our politics. It turns into high school drama. Well, how about some Catholic Church news?
Well, these are always
sure, why
jolly.
So in something that I relatively agree with, Nebraska Attorney General subpoenas records on sexual abuse from 400 Catholic churches.
Good.
Now, see, I think all this should be sent to the International Criminal Court, but it's baby steps, I suppose. Authorities in Nebraska have issued subpoenas for more than 400 Catholic churches and entities requesting records related to child sexual assault, the state's Department of Justice said Tuesday. The office of Doug Peterson, the Nebraska Attorney General, said it has appreciated cooperation from the churches in the past. Quote, however, the department believes that subpoenas are necessary in order to ensure all reports of impropriety have been submitted to the appropriate authorities, it said. It is our goal that all reports of abuse are subject to complete law enforcement review and investigation as warranted. Yeah, I'm sure all of those reports will reach your desk. None of them will be destroyed or lost in transit or something. Thursday, the Pope opened the summit. Oh, sorry, he's having a summit of 200 Catholic leaders. Summit by urging the bishops and other church leaders to commit to taking concrete actions. Quote, the holy people of God are looking at us and expect from us not simple condemnations, Francis said, but concrete and effective measures to put in place. We need to be concrete, unquote.
Yep. But how about concretely calling the damn police?
Yeah. How about, like I say, opening up the entire church to investigation from a third party like the International Criminal Court? I mean, if we've already seen that, priests in the Catholic Church have committed child sexual abuse, which is rape, which falls under crimes against humanity. So who knows how wide it goes? Open the doors, be transparent. You're not going to do it because that would make you, honest. So, I'm not a fan of people who abuse kids. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Or people who suborn them and give aid and comfort, etc. Let's see. And one more spiritual story, because why not? And this was the big news of the day somewhere. Methodists, the really hardcore Christians.
Right.
Methodists strengthen stance against gay marriage and openly LGBT clergy. The United Methodist Churches and clergy will face removal from the denomination if they do not affirm its stance against gay marriage and non-celibate LGBT clergy by 2021. The church reached the decision in a vote at its general conference in St. Louis on Tuesday. Church leaders say the move will almost surely lead to more liberal members to leave. Will surely lead more liberal members to leave the mainline denomination. The vote for the traditional plan came after the church voted to reject an earlier proposal known as the One Church Plan, which would have allowed local churches to perform same-sex weddings and hire openly LGBT clergy. See, if you're celibate, what does it matter what your sexuality is?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. But thank you, Jaeger Pony. So the Pope's going to hold a big old pedophile conference? Neat. You got to wonder, of those 200 leaders in there, how many of them are guilty of or under investigation for such things? Let's see. Where to go? That move was pitched by proponents as a way to keep the increasingly fractious denomination together amid widespread disagreements about scripture and the morality of same-sex relationships. Quote, many of us have members who are saying they will leave, said the Reverend Tom Berlin of Virginia, a member of the church's legislative committee. A virus of conflict will spread, unquote. Interesting way to put it.
A virus of conflict.
A virus of conflict.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. We're gonna become much more contentious because of this, I guess. Let's see. Quote, our views on same-sex marriage have not changed. We will continue to welcome lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered, and queer persons to our churches and affirm their sacred worth. The statement said from the, what is this? What? Wait, that's from the traditional plan statement? How do you have a traditional plan where you say you're not going to recognize them and then say you can come to our church?
Well, they're just not recognized as clergy, right?
Yeah, but they just won't, and they won't marry them, I guess. This is why I'm not religious, amongst other reasons. Well, except for Cthulhu. I mean, hopefully I'll be eaten last. Oh, I've got 105 likes. Yay! 105
Yay.
likes, guys.
Nice job, guys.
Yeah, this has been a very boring news day. I wish I had something more exciting to tell you. I have some horrible stories. I got a couple of murders and things, but I don't think that's very fun. So, unless you guys have something more interesting, maybe we'll move on to MSS News early.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing I really saw today was the stuff about Cohen and that dude who seemingly threatened him. I whether he did or not, I don't know. That's all I saw anyone talking about.
Any news from across the pond, Tailed?
Just fucking Brexit. So no, I've pretty much given up on following what's happening until something actually happens, rather than just it being just a tennis match, really, just punting backwards and forwards from Brussels, and it's just shit. It's just been shit, basically. So it's better for my sanity if we don't talk about it.
Okay. Satsu, you know of anything?
Nope.
All right, then. Well, apathy wins the day. Let's go on to MSS News, everybody. If you have a news story you'd like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Can't promise we'll get to them all, but today we probably will. Because it's been a slow news day, so you guys need to help us speed it up. So, how about an uplifting story from Peter Stewart? Suicide tips hidden in children's YouTube videos.
Oh, what the fuck?
A U.S. pediatrician is raising an alarm about instructions on how to slit one's wrists posted in YouTube videos targeted at children, showing that inappropriate content continues to slip through the online streaming site's filters. Okay. On February 15th, one such suicide sequence was found nearly 5 minutes into a cartoon on YouTube by emergency room pediatrician Dr. Free N. Hess. That sounds like a fake name. Free, middle initial N, last name Hess, Hess. Free N. Hess? Anyway, let's see. Who reported it on her blog, Pedamom. That doesn't sound right. I mean,
on the story.
It's pediatrics, I assume, but it just doesn't quite come across well when you say it. Let's see. 7 months earlier, Hess had posted a complaint from another mother who has also worked as a doctor, who found the same video sequence on YouTube Kids, a video app that is specifically targeted at children and billed by YouTube as, quote, a family-friendly place for kids to explore their interests. In that video, a man appears 4 minutes and 45 seconds into the video. Quote, the man quickly walked in, held his arm out, and tracing his forearm said, kids, remember, cut this way for attention and this way for results. And then quickly walked off. Jesus.
Wow.
Damn.
It sounds so familiar to me.
Let's see. This story is from, well, it's posted today. So unless it was something that's happened previously. Let's see. YouTube Kids said, quote, "We work to ensure the videos on YouTube Kids are family friendly and take feedback very seriously. We appreciate people drawing problematic content to our attention and make it possible for anyone to flag a video." Blah, blah, blah. So that's creepy as fuck, though, I'll tell you.
Serious, sure.
Let's see.
Of course, that means that somebody will start thinking, "Oh well, what we'll do is we'll just start, cracking down on these kinds of videos, and then through the algorithm, and that's never gone wrong before."
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what you need to do now, though, is to have a cartoon and 4 minutes and 45 seconds into it. Oh, sorry. I meant to say that backwards, and I already fucked up the joke. Never mind.
Moving on.
Good try.
Moving on. Yeah, never mind. Why do I bother? This one comes from the original Shroom. No, I don't want to look at the picture. I want to look at the story. Thank you. Woman charged with attacking Falmouth man wearing MAGA hat taken into ICE custody.
Oh yeah, I saw this
Okay.
and good. Fuck that bitch.
Took me a second to get what was going on there. The woman who was charged with confronting a man wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat inside a Falmouth Mexican restaurant was
Time out. She was not charged with confronting him. She was charged with assaulting him.
Well, can I read the story at least?
Sure, but the story's wrong.
Well, you can tell me that after I've come to a break point, for God's sakes.
But you're at a break point. You're not.
Yeah, when you cut in,
Same thing.
break my concentration.
Ladies,
Yes, tailed.
calm down.
Oh, I don't know if I can. Let's see. Okay, so after she assaulted him inside a Falmouth Mexican restaurant, was taken into custody by ICE. The department said she was in the country illegally.
Huh.
Oh, ironic. Police said Roseanne Santos walked by Brighton Turner. Brighton Turner. A weird, I don't hear that name for boys or other. As he was eating dinner at Casa Vallarta and knocked the hat off his head. She then allegedly confronted him verbally. Turner recorded video showing some of the confrontation. Falmouth police charged Santos with disorderly conduct following the incident earlier this month. On Tuesday, ICE took her into custody. Quote, deportation officers with ICE's Fugitive Operations Team, or FOT, ICE's FOT, okay, arrested Rosiane Santos, an unlawfully present citizen of Brazil. Nice. Quote, it's just a hat at the end of the day, Turner told WBZ after the incident. I don't really understand why people can't just express themselves anymore. Everybody has to get mad. Santos was later released from ICE custody. She has been ordered to appear before an immigration judge for removal proceedings. Odds that she doesn't show up to that.
The best part of this story is at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
When this all happened, she gave a interview to a news station. I forget who it was, whether it was a news station or it was the newspaper that I read it in.
Mm-hmm.
But she said it was wrong. She shouldn't have been arrested. She wasn't bullying him. She was bullied because he was wearing that hat.
Oh, thank you, Cryptic. In Alabama, they don't do the reverse cowgirl. They'd never turn their back on family.
Wow.
Oh.
Ain't that a bitch though? Like it's like I'm upset because people in this country don't want me here because I'm here illegally and I shouldn't be. So I'm gonna do something that gets me kicked out because I'm stupid.
Well, she didn't think she'd get in trouble for it. Come on, man. Not in this day and age.
Yeah.
Well, come on. You're if you're going to have to deal with the police at some point, and we know obviously she's been actively dodging them and trying not to be caught by them for various reasons because she knows that she's here illegally. So I don't care how upset you got, you have to be completely retarded to get yourself arrested because somebody's wearing a hat you don't like, and now your dumb ass is getting deported.
Excuse me. Thank you, Lord Pterodax. Tailed, I've sent you a non-political article to lighten the mood.
Yes, he has.
Uh-oh. Are you going to share?
Do you want me to?
Good, by all means.
Okay. So, water company asks people to stop flushing Yorkshire puddings down the toilet.
What?
Okay, so a Yorkshire pudding is essentially like a bowl made from batter. It's a savoury thing, and you usually have a sausage and gravy inside it. You can make them yourself, or you can get sort of pre-made frozen ones. So it says water bosses have put out a no more Yorkshire puddings request after a roast dinner managed to block a sewer in Ipswich. Anglian Water posted 2 images of the past their best date and a plea. Writing on Twitter, the company said, "We're sure even our friends at Yorkshire Water wouldn't welcome this sight." One photo shows a slab of Yorkshire pudding batter covering a drain. The other image shows a mostly intact pudding in a water worker's gloved hand. Don't treat sewers as bins, Anglian said. Somebody dumped a load of Yorkshire puddings in an Ipswich sewer. Please don't do that. Avoid blocked pipes and compost your food waste. Only the 3 P's should be flushed down the loo. Pee, poo, and paper, the company says on its website. Environmentalist Jason Alexander told the Ipswich Star, who wants people to think about where rubbish goes after they dispose of it, says he regularly finds naan bread dumped on the banks of the River Orwell in Suffolk. So, you know what naan bread is? You guys have naan bread?
Yes,
No.
I've had naan bread before.
So naan bread usually comes with an Indian meal. So last week I reported how cooking a roast dinner could push indoor pollution levels to 13 times the level seen on London streets.
Christ, what are you guys doing over there?
Sunday roast dangers is the bit that's In its public awareness announcement, Anglian said 80% of sewer blockages are caused by unflushable items. It added blockages can also lead to sewer flooding of homes and environmental pollution, which is distressing and costly to put right. So there you go. That's
Well then,
don't flush your Yorkshire puddings down the toilet for all you Americans who totally eat Yorkshire puddings all the time.
Oh yeah, the most I know about Yorkshire puddings comes from a single episode of Kitchen Nightmares that Gordon Ramsay did over there one time.
All right.
I'd heard the phrase before. I didn't know what they were, and then that show was like, oh, okay, that's what that is. That's weird. Brits are weird.
No, the Yorkshire puddings are quite tasty, actually. Not gonna lie.
Okay, I've never had one, so what do I know? Let's see. This one comes from New Fate 26. Alita Battle Angel underscores Hollywood's whitewashing problem.
what?
Isn't the actress who plays the character, even though it's like CGI and stuff, isn't she Latino?
I don't know, but the character, as far as the anime was concerned, I'm pretty sure she was white, as far as I know, or at least designed to look like that.
Warning, the following article contains spoilers. Okay, well, guys, I'll read some of it, probably not the whole thing, so if I spoil something for you, apologies. Alita Battle Angel certainly does its best to create an expansive cyberpunk universe that producer James Cameron and director Robert Rodriguez hope does well enough at the box office to turn it into a franchise. Unlike previous anime to live-action adaptations, the global box office is relatively strong so far, making a follow-up a definite possibility. However, despite its financial success, the movie continues an undesirable trend, which once again underscores Hollywood's whitewashing problem.
Fuck off.
So if the movie is successful, people enjoyed it, and they went to go see it, then who the fuck is it undesirable to?
The author of this article.
Uh-huh.
We's I'm reading it as it's written. We apostrophe S. We's seen this issue.
Like Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah, Misa Sosa. We've seen this issue recently in Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange, where Tilda Swinton was cast as the Ancient One. Hold on. You know why they did that? Because they were trying to avoid someone calling them racist for having an Asian man with a Fu Manchu beard sitting in a temple somewhere as being stereotyped.
Mhm.
That's why they did that. And yet it's still bad. There's no winning. I didn't really care for the sake of Doctor Strange, but that's why they did that. And you guys, you'd never be satisfied.
Nope. They would have been
There's the
unhappy
real
either
answer.
way, which is very convenient. Like, it's when you're in the business of being offended, you're just like, just take every single scenario and find a way to be offended about it. That way you can't lose.
Yeah, it was going to be a racist stereotype, and that's why they avoided it. And also to avoid bad press in the Asian market, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where a lot of the money is. Let's see. And most notably, Rupert Sanders' Ghost in the Shell film. Yeah. The latter was notorious for its tone deafness, with Scarlett Johansson's Major Mira Killian, Moto Kusanagi, emerging as another example of a white person playing a character of color, helping perpetuate the white savior stereotype, which has plagued the entertainment industry for decades.
Did they actually use the cock thing, character of color?
Yes, they did.
That is amazing. Good job, guys.
Cock.
Look at all them cocks.
Let's see. It seemed progress had been made in moving past such short-sightedness when Ed Skrein turned down the role of an Asian character in the Hellboy reboot, a character that was quickly recast with Daniel Day Kim, not Daniel Day-Lewis. Alita, though, walks this notion back, reminding us whitewashing is still happening when it can easily be avoided. Okay. Now, this isn't to knock Rodriguez's film entirely. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
You're saying it's racist. You're saying it's inherently and endemically racist. How do you not knock the entire film by saying that? It does have a diverse cast with an especially strong Latinx representation. However, it's disheartening to see a Japanese adapted property lacking any sort of meaningful Asian presence. As good as Rosa Salazar is in the lead.
Rosa Salazar, that's a white woman?
Let me read the headline again. Battle Angel underscores Hollywood's whitewashing problem. So Rosa Salazar is whitewashing the role, you're saying? Okay. Just want to make sure I understood that. I'm done with the story. Let's see. We talked about that one the other day. Speaking of, I don't know if this is Alabama, but that joke previously fits into this. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. 2 arrested after sisters had jealous competition to have sex with their dad.
Woo.
Woo, lad. A father-daughter pair was arrested for incest after 2 sisters competed to have sex with their dad. Travis Fieldgrove, 39, and his 21-year-old daughter, Samantha Kirshner, 21, 39. Okay, I see. Were arrested in Nebraska on Wednesday after their alleged intimate relationship was discovered. Kirshner reportedly told authorities that, quote, her motivation to have sex with her father stemmed from a jealous competition with her half-sister regarding who could have sex with their father. Kirshner grew up without her dad, but she told her mother that she wanted to find out who her father was in 2015. Her mother identified Fieldgrove, and the 2 arranged a meeting. Over the next 3 years, the pair had a traditional father-daughter relationship before they allegedly became sexually involved on September 10th, 2018. Both declined to tell police how the relationship became sexual. I think the point at which he put his penis inside her, that probably did it.
You're good at this.
I know, I'm a detective.
You should work for the police.
I really should. I mean, hell, we should work for like the media police. I mean, we solved Jesse Smollett the day of.
True.
Let's see. Okay. On October 1st, 2018, the pair got married at the Adams County Courthouse in Hastings, Nebraska, which no longer requires a blood test prior to obtaining a marriage license. Well, you might want to reverse that policy. Just saying. Fieldgrove later told police that he did not believe he was Kirshner's father because his name was not listed on her birth certificate.
Look, okay, we read this story on the other show I do, whatever that is.
Yes. The other show I do, whatever that is.
even if he believes that, okay, even if that's true, I didn't think I was her father because I wasn't on the birth certificate. She told you, motherfucker. She told you, like, you're my dad. That's why I came to find you.
Well, here's the thing. Both he and Kirshner provided DNA to authorities for a paternity test. The results came back on January 14th and determined that the probability that Fieldgrove is Kirshner's father is 99.999%. So there's still a chance.
Still a chance.
There's still a chance.
Incest, fun for all the family.
Nothing spells loving like marrying your cousin. Let's see. Oh, this is the. Oh, wait a second. Thank you, Princess Unicorn Nipples. I see a Pornhub video like that.
Someone in the chat says, "I heard the father whitewashed the daughter."
Oh.
Internally.
So this story. Coat them walls. So this story's been making the rounds today. Got a lot of traction. I just watched a video on it, actually. This one comes from Pinkalo, the Driving Ape Man. Rotten Tomatoes tweaks audience rating system to thwart online trolls. But it's the timing that is a very, very questionable thing.
It's not questionable. They did this because of Captain Marvel.
I know. Walt Disney Company's Captain Marvel is expected to open with a spectacular $100 million in ticket sales. That's down from the $180 million it was supposed to have gotten about a week ago. From the US and Canada alone next month. And yet, according to the highly influential website Rotten Tomatoes, only 28% of moviegoers are interested in seeing Marvel Studios' first superhero film with a solo female lead. Actually, it was 26% before they killed the option to vote that way. It was actually lower than that and continuing to go down. What gives? Blame online trolls who have previously waged campaigns to lower audience ratings for movies, including Star Wars The Last Jedi, which was a complete winner, and Ghostbusters 2016, also a classic, by flooding their pages with negative, sometimes sexist comments. Such review bombing efforts are a serious problem for Rotten Tomatoes, which depends on credible ratings to drive traffic to its free website. Credible? All right, tell me about the critics' response to Last Jedi and the audience response. Why is there a rift that deep between those two camps? And tell me again about credibility. The company, owned by the largest online movie ticket seller Fandango, now has a plan to curb the abuse. In a major change, Rotten Tomatoes will no longer allow users to post audience reviews before a film hits theaters, the Beverly Hills company told The Times on Monday.
It's not an audience review. It's do you want to see this movie?
That was part of it. Thank you, Point Curation. Big Brother has increased it from $180 million to $100 million. Yes, exactly. Users will now have to wait until a movie's actual release to review and rate a film. The company is also changing the way it polls moviegoers about whether they want to see a film. Yeah, change it by removing that option. The moves are part of a broader effort to make the audience rating system more trustworthy and useful to readers. Except you did it because of Captain Marvel. Now that's not the official word. Let me clarify. They have not released a statement saying we did this because of Captain Marvel. But the optics are such and the timing is such, it's very hard to argue that anything other than Captain Marvel influenced them to do this. But anyway, it's one of those Streisand effect kind of things. It's like, okay, well, now we're going to censor people from saying anything that might be construed as bad about this film or sexist or something to protect its image before it comes out. That doesn't make the movie more desirable to see, I'm afraid. And if you look at YouTube right now and Twitter, the backlash from them doing this, particularly because of this movie, again, purportedly, isn't helping the movie's optics. So, anyway.
Being far too kind with that reportedly crap. We know why they did this.
I know, but I'm trying to be at least a little bit more accurate than the actual news. If I don't know something for a fact, I try to hedge just a bit. because it's true. Let's see. Also, Stargazer Nuts put Tailed Features channel link in the chat, so go take a look at that if you guys aren't already subscribed to Tailed. You should be, and I'll be adding that to the description sooner or later.
Why, thank you.
This one comes from Jack the motherfucking Cockring. With women in combat roles, a federal court rules that male-only draft is unconstitutional.
And they're right.
Took you long enough. A federal judge in Texas has declared that all male military draft is unconstitutional, ruling that, quote, the time has passed, unquote, for a debate on whether women belong in the military. The decision deals the biggest legal blow to the selective service system since the Supreme Court upheld the draft registration process in 1981. In Rostker v. Goldberg, the court ruled that a male-only draft was, quote, fully justified, unquote, because women were ineligible for combat roles. But U.S. District Judge Gray Miller ruled late Friday that while historical restrictions on women serving in combat, quote, may have justified past discrimination, unquote, men and women are now equally able to fight. In 2015, the Pentagon lifted all restrictions for women in military service. Doesn't mean you're going to become a Navy SEAL, though.
Right.
Let's see.
But you could.
You could. You could become a G.I. Jane.
You won't, but
yeah, you could. The case was brought by the National Coalition for Men, a men's rights group, and two men who argued an all-male draft was unfair. MGTOW, yo, MGTOW. Men who fail to register with the Selective Service System at their 18th birthday can be be denied public benefits such as federal employment and student loans. Women cannot register for Selective Service. The ruling comes as an 11-member commission is studying the future of the Selective Service System, including whether women should be included or whether there should continue to be a draft registration at all. The U.S. has maintained an all-volunteer military after the draft was discontinued in 1973, but the Selective Service System was reactivated in 1980 as a contingency in case military conscription becomes necessary again. Against the alien overlords. That's the only reason why. That's why Reagan did that, because he thought the aliens were coming, or the Russians, because Red Dawn,
And little did we know they were already here.
Yes, infiltrating us through YouTube.
Scribe, you missed a super chat, by the way.
Did I? I apologize, guys.
From Sanguine.
From Sanguine. Oh,
Sanguine.
God. Thank you, Sanguine. Incest is best, so put your sister to the test, or in this case, his daughter. Yeah.
Well worth it.
How long do those alerts stay up? Because the $5 would stay up a while. I must have missed it. I'm sorry, Sanguine.
How in the hell do you get it up for your daughter, you fucking freaks?
I don't know. Well, we have one from Weibo Jones.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know. Just some chick.
Some ginger.
I hear she claps her breasts together for entertainment.
I'm so out of the loop with the in-jokes.
Let's see. So this one comes from Weibo Jones, which is a retweet of a Count Dankula tweet. Let's see. So the message is, so a YouTuber can be demonetized when other people comment creepy shit on their video. That sure as shit won't get abused. Yes, we talked about this the other day, where a family channel, it's like a channel where a family just puts out video blogs of their life. The example was she had a video of her 5-year-old son doing gymnastics, and some creepy guys, whatever, put some comments in that video, and YouTube demonetized the video, not because the content violated their community rules, but because the comments made by somebody who didn't make the video is creepy.
Yeah, there was also a couple of guys who make Pokemon Go videos who got their entire channels and Google accounts deleted because some of their really older videos had the initialism CP in the title, which apparently has something to do with Pokemon Go. But YouTube just went, or the algorithm went, must be child porn, like you would just advertise it like that. So deleted their entire Google accounts.
I'm not exactly sure what that has to do with Pokemon, but
there's apparently there's something in the game that they just abbreviate it to CP.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Like I'm
combat
listening.
points, I think.
Combat points. No.
Yeah. I mean, I did watch the video the guy made explaining what was actually happening, and he did seem completely oblivious to the fact that it also means child porn.
Let's see. What's this one? This one comes from Tartan Witch. Tartan Witch.
Must be one of mine.
I was about to say, Sarah. Sorry.
I just laughed. Keep going.
Thank you. Sarasota's unconditional surrender statue vandalized. Okay. Police say someone spray painted a well-known statue located in downtown Sarasota. The incident occurred overnight when someone vandalized the unconditional surrender statue. The statue is based off a famous photo taken just after World War II. Oh, it's the one where the guy's kissing the lady.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody spray painted "Me Too" on the leg of the statue. Or hashtag Me Too, sorry. Pound Me Too.
And it was either the day of or the day after that guy died.
Right. Yeah, the guy depicted in the photo is dies, and then they put that on there. They've since removed the paint, which is good, but asshole. Whatever that was.
Okay.
Jerkwad. And now I'm getting down to the bottom of the list and into yesterday. So I'm assuming then we've done all the stories, at least one from each story was from an individual, unique individual. But we now have a new one that's popped up at the top of the list. So let's do this. This one comes from Rachel Constantinides, if I'm saying that right. Maybe. I don't know.
I know you're not asking me.
I don't know. I'm just sort of into the ether, I'm asking for the sake of karma or something. And the New York Times, are you going to let me read? Okay. The New York Times will not let me read this because I've reached my limit.
Oh.
Can I take this and put it over on a not private window somewhere on my unnamed browser? Yes, I can. Don't let sex distract you from the revolution. Maybe the second wave celibates were onto something. What? Let's see. This was published on February 16th, but I've never heard it before. In How to Date Men When You Hate Men, Blythe Robertson's hilarious new book about about that classic straight woman's paradox of wanting to smooch her systematic oppressor, there's a description of a situation familiar to many of us. The author likes a guy, but she can't tell if he likes her back. Welcome to the conundrum that has plagued every human being on the planet since time began. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. Anyway, after months of mixed messages, she realizes her infatuation has had political consequences. Quote, instead of focusing on the intersectional socialist matriarchal revolution, Miss Robertson writes, I've been focusing on whether or not what just happened was a date. What? Is this a satire?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm wondering if this is a satire article. She is an every woman, not a radical separatist, but her observations struck me as uncanny echoes of the second wave's militant political celibates, a small but influential feminist sect that formed during another time when the pervasive perils of patriarchy were laid bare. I've always thought that sexual repression equals bad outcomes for women. Still, these radicals made compelling arguments about the destructive, distracting, frankly dangerous power of romance.
The dangerous power of romance.
This sounds like somebody, and granted, I don't know, granted this isn't satire or something, but just the concept. This sounds like somebody who can't get a date, wants everybody else to suffer.
Yep. They're just like, hey, everybody, we should start a revolution where all the women who can get fucked need to stop trying to, so that way we can empower women and I can feel better about not being fucked.
Let's see. It's hard not to read these women again during our own era of political and sexual upheaval and wonder whether love is standing in the way of a feminist future.
That's right, women. Be miserable if you want women to be better.
Yes. Spread bitterness and hatred and misery. Love will only get in the way of your feminist future.
That's almost most of the feminist messages. Trade out your happiness and what you want to benefit everybody else. That's how it works.
Let's see. I'll do one more here. This one comes from Quinn Harrison.
Somebody said fem sales.
Acting in horror films in the era of Me Too.
Oh, God.
God damn it.
Really? All right. James Roday is best known for playing Sean Spencer on USA Network's long-running Psych. But with Treehouse, his second feature as a writer-director, he establishes himself as a full-fledged filmmaker. The film premieres on Hulu. Okay, the film premieres on Hulu March 1st as part of the streaming service's Blumhouse partnership, the Into the Dark series of themed horror movies releasing once a month. So, direct-to-video fodder. Got it. Roday's is a horror movie for the Me Too era. Oh, sounds great. Pegged to the Ides of March, the idea of the past coming for its due. Yeah, pegged. And to International Women's Day. Yeah, the idea of the past coming to haunt you. Yeah, I know what you did last summer. Oh, wait. No, never mind. The actor started developing the feature's story 3 years ago with Juliana Gill, a friend who is a producer on the film and plays one of the leads, coincidentally enough. Quote, the irony is that it was before the movement even came into play, Roday says of its Me Too-related themes. All of a sudden, there was an opportunity to tell these stories that wasn't there a year before. We seized it and ultimately wait, you're producing this before Me Too happened and the opportunity wasn't there?
Yes.
That
doesn't make any kind of sense.
No, I don't know at all. No, I think what he meant to say is when Me Too came out, we realized we could ride the coattails of this thing to get our movie produced.
Yep.
You know what? That sounds a lot closer to reality because if you couldn't do this before you were doing this, or as you were doing this, you could do it.
All of a sudden, there was an opportunity to tell these stories that wasn't there a year before. We seized it, and ultimately, for me, it was checking myself at every single step along the way with all the incredibly talented women I've surrounded myself with to make sure I'm not screwing it up. Maybe you just remove yourself from the equation entirely. That way it can't be screwed up. Only women will be working on it and it'll be perfect.
No, they're like, no. I don't want those incompetent pieces of shit doing it. I need to do it because, it has to be done by me, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. So I'm asking clearly more qualified people if I'm doing it correctly.
I don't think I've read as succinctly someone saying, I celebrate my second guessing myself every day.
Yep.
Like this. What? Like, I have to be uncertain all the time because maybe a woman around me will say something counterintuitive. Oh, my God.
This might be one of the dumbest things we've read on here.
I don't know. Top 10 black characters in Star Wars is still pretty much up there.
No, that is definitely a contender. I said one of the dumbest.
All right, well, then let's go for another minute or two. To tell a story like this, which we don't even know what the story is yet, Roday's effort to hire predominantly women on set. Roday's effort to hire predominantly women on set. Okay. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, proved there's no excuse for any other set to not strive for the same.
The same what?
To have mostly women on sets.
The same sexual discrimination, I assume. Quote, it shows just how easy it is to populate a set with women because there are so many talented artists and technicians out there, he says. For this particular movie, it was the right energy that it needed to have. Are you sure you're not a Harvey Weinstein in the making? It's like, I'm going to hire women to surround me. And you're still a man doing all the decision-making.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's okay as long as you're doing it for women.
Or for himself by surrounding himself with women.
Now, Scribe, would he do that?
Okay. The story follows celebrity chef Peter Rake. That's an interesting name for a character. Do you guys know what a rake is in sort of lingo?
No.
Garden implement.
Yeah, that's all I know.
No, a rake is also like a scoundrel. Han Solo could be described as a rake.
Okay.
Anyway, I just thought I'd say that for the sake of it. I don't know if it's just that on the nose. I don't know what the character's going to do here. A celebrity chef trying to outrun the bad press he's accumulated by retreating to his family estate in the woods. Is it a haunted family estate by any chance? But soon his past catches up to him, and the women he's wronged come to get their justice. So basically what you did was you watched Flatliners and you took the Billy Baldwin story out of Flatliners and made it a movie. Okay.
God, I haven't seen Flatliners for a long, long time.
Oh, it's a great flick. I mean, Joel Schumacher did a couple of really good flicks back in the 90s or 80s, and Flatliners and Lost Boys are two of them. And Flatliners I still love. The original, not whatever fucking reboot, remake they did a couple of years ago. But yeah, the Kevin Bacon arc in that movie is really good. The only guy who doesn't go under is Oliver Platt, which I always found kind of interesting. But yeah, there's a William Baldwin. I think it's William Baldwin. He's a guy who has been filming women he's been having sex with without them knowing that he's filming them. And so he has to face his sins, of course. And it's about, the images and the women coming back to basically torment him for his evil deeds. And that's this movie, apparently. So remember, men, don't have sex with people.
Don't. It's bad for you.
That's fine. I don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah,
No. See what
movies and media it needs to be mostly women.
What you need to do is, Tail, is pretend that it is your choice.
Well,
that way,
in a way, it is. I'm not actually looking. I'm not trying. So
if you pretend it is your choice, then you're MGTOW. Well, let's move on, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the stories. Appreciate it. Let's move on to YouTube time. Tail, I think you said you wanted to split after an hour.
I'm still not sleepy, so
okay. Well, how
about you want me to go?
No, I'm not trying to kick you out. I just want to make sure you're not doing yourself harm with your lack of sleep.
No, I'm good.
I'm being sensitive to your restful needs. How about you go first, though? What YouTube-ish stuff are you working on?
Well, I've been working on the same couple of videos for ages because they're just quite tedious to make, but hopefully it'll be quite interesting once it's done. So I've been working on a review of a book about freedom of speech by a guy who thinks that Count Dankula's sentence was deserved and that he was lucky he didn't end up in prison. And the book is called Free Speech, All That Matters. So yeah, I've been kind of working my way through that and kind of critiquing it as I go. And I've got a couple of videos on like history and stuff, like Scottish history, that I want to start working on as well. So that's pretty much it at the moment. No songs or anything in the making. We'll just have to wait for something interesting to come along, some interesting event for me to make fun of. But that's about it.
Cool. Satsu?
Not a motherfucking thing. Although we've been playing Borderlands and getting all nostalgic and shit because this game is fun. So we've been doing that. And what we've decided to do is kind of just swap out people to join us in the stream. Because apparently a lot of fucking people in our audience have this game. So we played yesterday with Random American and Cynic. And today, I believe we're going to be playing with Dax and whoever the hell else shows up.
All right. Monkey?
Well, I did my customary monkey in the morning thingy. James Colley joined us. It was a good show this morning. And yeah, like Satsu said, we've been playing Borderlands. We're expanding, at least for this week, to play a little bit more. we'll see how long that keeps up, how long it takes us to get burned out. What else? I think that's it.
Okay. I didn't get a chance to do much today because the internet at my work is still down for anything other than work stuff. So I'm kind of stuck there with. Usually, I'm looking for things or doing a little bit of writing or research in the short down times between work stuff at works, but not this week so far. But I did find a couple of videos that I'm looking at maybe doing something on. One is from Robin DiAngelo, the author and creator of the white fragility theory. It's a brief little thing where she goes over the most common myths that white people tell.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a winner. And then there's a TEDx talk that when I opened it up, it had 0 views. And it had been posted for a day and a half or something. And I was like, oh, I'm the very first person to see this, man. I almost feels like it's destined that I have to do something on this. It's a woman who she comes up on stage and she says something to the effect of just how exhausting it is to be a woman in the modern day. All the expectations that are put on you and everything. How do you break the glass ceiling without breaking yourself? I'm a full-time working mom with 3 kids, and I'm like, like, well, I think you might have bitten off more than you can chew, my dear. And since I'm pretty sure you can't quit your kids, you might want to think about reducing your workload. I don't know. You're wondering why you're so tired? Your choices. And then she starts going off into complaining about things, but talking about them as though it's a problem for all women, when I'm 99.999% sure she's talking about herself. So it's a little. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it because she goes into some like gobbledygook psychological pseudobabble.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm looking at those 2 things. But I'm also still writing a script for a kind of video game-ish, not a review of video game. It's like, if they do a sequel to this game, this is what I think they should do and how they should improve the elements of the first game. I've never done a video like that before. I don't plan on making it a habit per se, but like I said, I got inspired from Mini a True Nerd the other day. So still working on that. That might be a longer project because there's no rush or anything with that one. And otherwise, yeah. Oh, I have somebody who wanted to counterpoint Diesel Dave.
Okay.
It's someone who is also is a trucker, has a bit of a different working background as I think this is a former Marine. And he wanted to counterpoint some of the things that Dave said about the future of the trucking industry. So I'm going to communicate with him a little bit more, and maybe I'll do a follow-up familiar with the matter at some point down the line for that. So we'll see.
Oh, you can do familiar with the matter versus bring them both.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Diesel Dave versus that'd be turn into a blood sports. Yeah, that didn't do us so well. So, but yeah, that's all of it I'm working on. So with that,
but before we move on,
yes,
because this is related to your video thing.
Okay.
Petite Nikoko put this out on Twitter the other day. The Independent had a story: emotional responsibility of being a mother damaging women's health. Study finds.
Oh, jeez.
And if you go read the story, it's all about women who work.
Mm-hmm.
How do they juggle the working with the children?
Right.
And it just seems to me, for millions of years, women have had babies. There hasn't been a huge problem. What's changed isn't women having babies. Maybe women having babies isn't the problem.
Thank you, Sanguine. The issue there is feminism has been telling women they can have it all for so long, women have bought into it, whereas men have always been told you only have so much time, so spend it wisely.
Yep.
Yeah, that's listening to this lady complain about her problems. I'm just like, okay, well, you decided to have 3 kids. You decided to work a full-time, high-stress job. She tells this story where she's like, I was putting one of my daughters to bed the other night, and she said, can will you sleep with will you lay here with me until I fall asleep, mommy? And she's like a 6-year-old or something, and she said, well, I'll stay here for a little bit, but then I have to go do some work, and she says, and then my daughter turned to me with her big brown eyes, and she said, why can't you just be my mom? I was like, oh God, right to the heart.
Like, hey, that kid's smarter than you are, lady.
Exactly. And then she went on.
A Barber for You Here video recently, where she was talking about an article that she had read, where they were saying that the rise of women in male-dominated fields has kind of forced males to step their game up a little bit.
Competition? What? Men don't do that.
And it was framed as a really horrible thing because they said if these men aren't put in check, essentially, like if somebody doesn't stop them from being more ambitious,
make them work less,
competitive, then women, then all the work that women have done to get to that point can be reversed. Essentially, is what she was saying. So she said, what we need to do is we need to start telling women to aim higher. We need to tell them to that they can't be content. Just working a mid-level job, or they can't be content and trying to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, that's unacceptable for women. Right. So basically they're saying we need to strip women of their rights because men are actually trying too hard now.
It's that whole British thing. There was the study out in Britain last year or mid last year, I think, mid 2018 that we read, where they suggested that the way you fix all the genderism and stuff is you basically force women into management positions they don't necessarily even want and stop men from them. And by stop men, I mean, like, have the men take time off that they don't want because they're working too hard. Have them work less hours so that women can compete. Like,
yeah.
How about you just let people do what they want to fucking do?
Yeah. And if you look at the message, like if you actually pay attention to what's being said, it's like women are too incompetent. They do not possess the ability to be able to perform the way that men do. And if men start trying harder, it's going to really show how incompetent women are. So we need to tell women that they need to stop making bad decisions and stop thinking that you get to decide what you want to do for your life. And you need to start doing things that we tell you to do if you know what's good for you. And I'm like, we're sexist. We're the sexists, guys. We are the sexists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the part that got me, and I haven't finished watching the video yet, but she said she started saying something effective. The pressure society puts on women to perform. Blah. I was like, no, stop it. You're abrogating all of your own responsibility in making your own choices to society's making you do this, and now I have to struggle under the yoke of society's expectations. No, stop.
If you think about it, though, they're saying society, but what they really mean is we are. Like, this is what we are doing, because the only people telling women that they don't have the luxury to do the things they want to do, or they can't live the lives that they want to live, are the people who are pushing that very narrative that she's pushing there.
Right. Hang on. It's not just that. It's also biology, because biology is the one that makes women have babies. Sorry, ladies. Society didn't do that to you. And if you're going to make the choice to have a child, then yes, it is going to be harder to have that Fortune 500 career.
Do women have babies in Scotland?
I believe so.
You've just been so quiet. I thought I'd try to pull you in.
I believe they do. I've never watched one happen, and if you weren't there, did it actually happen? Who knows?
Oh, you were never made to watch like the Miracle of Birth video in high school or anything?
Well, maybe I was probably too busy up the back playing the guitar or something.
He's fucking off.
There you go. All right. Well, how about we get on to fucketry time? I don't have any
fucketry time this whole time. My God.
Well, yeah, we could have been doing fucketry.
Fucketry is still to come.
Yep. So I don't have any because I don't have access to be a Twitter smartass in the morning like I used to for the time being. So, Satsu, what kind of fucketry you got?
I was initially going to talk about the Alita thing because before we talked about it or whatever, I had looked up the chick who was playing because I'm like, wait a minute, is that didn't look like a white woman to me, and she is absolutely Latino, like like she's definitely Latino. So I was kind of looking through and seeing what some of the conversations were around that, and surprisingly enough, it was almost universal. Most of the posts that I've seen about it, people were like, "What? Shut the fuck up! This shit is stupid." Even in the groups where that are like super SJWE and activisty and all that shit, they were just like, "No, this is fucking dumb." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see we all agree here." So I didn't make a big deal about it because it was that was what it was.
So
But
Alita Battle Angel is a bridge too far for the whitewashing argument.
I guess so. Well, a lot of people was pointing out, like, didn't that bitch come from Mars or some shit? like I guess. Like, what race is being disparaged from Mars?
Especially when you're a robot or an android or whatever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Also, these same groups are actually kind of clowning the new Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez comic book.
Oh,
right.
God.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is also funny. Because they're just like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? Other than that, it's just been random, stupid shit. Nothing too major.
All right. Tailed.
What?
I don't know. Do you have any internet fucketry or or Twitter ridiculousness or any other things?
Can you be more specific or just
anything we haven't already talked about that you've encountered in the last day or two that you found frustrating on the internet?
Oh, can you come back to me? I'll have a little look.
Sure.
My memory.
You'll be competing with Monkey, who tends to go long, but I'll try to rein him in a little bit.
Well,
Monkey, do you have anything?
I only have one because I wasn't really on the internet much today, but it is kind of a long one. It's actually related to one I missed yesterday.
Okay.
Matt Walsh tweeted out today, almost everyone agrees that it's insane and unfair to have men competing in women's sports. Only the most radical and delusional far left crazies support this kind of stuff. Yet we have allowed that ridiculous fringe minority to dictate terms to us. Now, this is mostly in response to a Daily Caller article yesterday. But before we get to the actual article, there was a response to this that caught my eye. And the response was, if you call trans women men, you're an asshole. And if you retweet people who call trans women men, you're an asshole. Fuck off my timeline. Now, the story is about two trans female runners in Connecticut who are just kicking the shit out of their competition.
Right. I think I saw that story.
Yeah. One of these runners, Miller, this is Miller and Yearwood. Miller is the third fastest runner in the country at the female level. So there are a couple of females faster than him. But his answer to, or Yearwood's answer, the other one, to, these girls, that one of them actually is quoted as saying that they are demoralized when they have to race against these guys because they know they're going to lose. His answer was basically, I'll need to work harder. And that being born male is really no different than having parents who get you into special personal training.
Right.
Or people who have longer legs.
Yeah, muscle density.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy who's freaking out about, how dare you call trans women men? Okay, if you want to make that argument, that's fine. But when we're talking about something like athletics, especially when we're talking about like combat sports, where we've seen this already. I mean, where women are getting beat the fuck down. Can you imagine any other time when a feminist would say it's okay for a man to beat a woman to a bloody pulp. But if you say you're trans, and look, I'm not saying that there's not people out there who are trans, but if you're failing at male athletics, go try your hand at female athletics. What are they going to do? They're not going to check. How are they going to prove that you don't actually feel like a woman? And then you can get all the trophies and take them away from girls, and people will cheer for you. They'll call you brave.
It's like they want to make it easy for you to just be able to like just throw all of their bullshit in their face, where it's just like,
yeah,
you know, you talk all this shit, you know, about trans people and making sure you identify them properly or whatever, but you still have strong stances against male versus female shit. So if a woman hits a man and a man hits him back, he's still a piece of shit because he put his hands on a woman, right? But men and women are equal. There's no difference. Yeah. But I still hold that stance for some reason. It's like, so if I slap that woman and you're like, whoa, dude, that's fucked up. That's a woman. And I'm like, oh no, I'm a woman too. You'll be like, oh, we'll slap away.
Yeah, beat her ass. Go ahead.
Like, is that how it works? Is that easy? You can't tell me I'm not. Due to your fucking ideology, you cannot tell me I'm not.
Look, we can put all the politics part of aside and admit, at least for the safety of women, that women shouldn't be competing against biological men in combat sports.
Yo, women's safety is not more important than trans rights. Sorry.
I know. But when it comes to this stuff, yeah, it is patently unfair to have biological men competing against women. And if you can't admit that, then you're just an asshole yourself. That's all I had.
Okay. Tailed?
No, I didn't find anything. But what I will say about that last that last thing was, I bet if even if I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to say I'm a woman and then joined in with the female sports, I'd probably still get beaten by the girls. That is what would happen.
There are men who would lose to some girls, but
that's
especially when you're talking about the top of the athletic scale, the best men will beat the best women, period.
Yeah, well, we've seen it. When the world's strongest woman arm wrestled the world's strongest man, that shit happened.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was like the world's like the top ranked bodybuilder female was like arm wrestling the dude, and he fuck it. It wasn't even a competition. It's like she this big buff ass woman. He almost threw her off the table.
There was a guy on Twitter today talking about this, and he goes, check this out. He deadlifted the women's record and he just lifted that shit like it was nothing and dropped it. Because men are stronger than women, for fuck's sake. And this isn't even like the strongest guy in the world. He's just a bodybuilder, like nothing. Because men are stronger than women. I know you don't like to hear it, but it's true.
And that's why only men should vote. Sorry, only men's votes should count.
Thank you, Tail. Only.
Sorry, I don't want to get the lore wrong.
That's right. On this, my opinion, I won't say on this show because I don't speak for all of us. For me, I think women should be allowed to vote. I just don't think their vote should count.
Okay. Well then,
moving on.
Since we got 10 minutes to kill, how about a Mad Lib?
Oh, I love Mad Libs.
And we got 3 people this time to go around.
Oh shit.
Maybe Tailed will know what an adjective is.
Nope.
Okay. So we'll go Tailed, Satsu, and Monkey. Tailed, I need the name of a person in the room, so to speak.
A person in the room.
It can be someone in chat, or it can be one of us.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick on Prospero.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Satsu, I need an adjective.
Moist.
Oh, there you go. There's a classic. Monkey, I need a verb.
Voting. That's for star. That's for nuts there in chat.
Real quick, thank you, Sanguine. Feminists don't want to get bashed about. They just want other women who dare play into meritocratic competitions to get bashed about. Aha. Okay. Tailed, a part of the body.
The elbow.
Okay. Satsu, I need a number.
33.
33. Monkey, I need a noun.
A noun. Dildo.
All right. Tailed, I need an adverb.
What's an adverb?
Describes a verb. Like quickly.
Yeah, so like almost, very, something. It's,
All right. Extremely.
Oh, there
okay.
you go. Good
There
one.
you go. Okay, extremely. Okay, Satsu, I need a verb.
A piano.
That is not a verb.
That's a noun.
Even
Sorry.
I know that.
My God,
was looking-
Satsu.
Sorry. A verb is a
Action
we'll
word.
just say playing. Fuck it.
Playing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Monkey's doing in Borderlands 2 right now because I got a notice.
I'm just turning it on for when we're done.
Yeah, sure. Monkey,
I'm not playing.
I need a pronoun plural.
Oh. Z's.
Z's. I knew you were gonna fucking do that.
Z's. All right. Okay, and then Tailed, where we began. I need another person in the room, not Prospero, so someone else.
Who else do we have? Oh well, Mundane Matt's in the chat, so we'll use Mundane Matt.
All right, Mundane Matt. All right, so that's the end of it. Let's see what we get. This is a love letter.
Oh, do you want a musical accompaniment?
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's like fancy.
Ooh, that'd be fancy.
Let me go and grab my guitar.
Sure. Oh boy. It's a love letter with a musical accompaniment, something soft and gentle, a little plunking at the guitar.
Oh, just across my Twitter came that Yorkshire pudding thing, and that looks disgusting. Why would you even? All right, that's nasty looking.
The British.
So wait, what kind of story is it?
It's called The Love Letter.
A love letter. Okay. Right, just go for it, and I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Dear Prospero, you are extremely moist,
Oh my god.
and I voting you. I want to kiss your elbow 33 times. You make my dildo burn with desire.
Oh,
When I first saw you, I extremely stared at you and fell in love. Will you play with me? Don't let your parents discourage you. Z's are just jealous. Yours forever, Mundane Matt.
oh.
That was a short one.
It was a short one.
Shall we do one more?
Matt,
Yes.
your dildo's burning with desire, eh?
Okay.
My
How long is
dildo's
this?
burning with desire.
Okay. Same rotation as before. Tailed, I need a silly word.
Oh, a silly word.
A silly word.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. Okay. Satsu, I need a last name.
A last name?
Just like, what would be considered a last name?
I know somebody whose last name is Butts.
There you go, butts.
All right.
Unfortunate.
But, Monkey, I need an illness. The funnier, the better, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Oh, I don't even know if this thing a protracted rectum.
You mean prolapsed?
Prolapse
Yeah.
rectum. There you go.
Protracted
Okay.
rectum.
Protracted.
What's wrong with it being I want protracted. I don't want prolapsed.
This is the opposite.
Okay.
I just one protractine rectum.
With that dildo from earlier.
Tailed, I need a plural noun.
Plural noun.
Yeah.
Okay. Telescopes.
Okay. That's random enough. Satsu, strangely enough, I need an adjective.
Blue.
Okay. Monkey, I also need an adjective.
I'm going my favorite, crispy.
Crispy. All right. Tailed, oddly enough, once again, I need a silly word.
Silly word. What about a wibble?
Wibble.
Wibble. I like
Wibble.
Satsu, I need a place.
A place.
Yeah, it can be generic, like a hospital or a library, or just a place.
Scribe's apartment.
Oh.
Oh, all right. That is a place. Okay. Monkey, I need a number.
A number. 422.
And lastly, Tailed, I need an adjective.
That'd be something like softly.
Sure.
Soft.
Soft. Yeah. All right. So that is that. This is the sick note.
Oh.
Here we go. Dear school nurse, indubitably Butts will not be attending school today. He has come down with a case of prolapsed rectum and has terrible telescopes and a blue fever. We have made an appointment with the crispy Dr. Wibble, who studied for many years in Scribe's apartment and has 422 degrees in pediatrics.
Damn.
He will send you all the information you need. Thank you. Sincerely, Mrs. Soft.
Still think protracted's a better word.
Oh my God.
Protracted rectum. Well then. Thank you for the plunking musical accompaniment, Tailed.
It was very plunky. I didn't know how loud I was, so I just
No,
kinda
you're
played
fine. You're
really
fine.
quietly. So
Everything adds a little bit. Okay. Do I do one more or do we go to questions?
Well, they've been pretty quick. I mean, if you want to squeeze in one more, we can. And the audience
Okay.
seems to really
Take
like
it
it.
easy.
So.
Okay, we'll do one more. I will pick this one. Oh, this got a lot of them. Oh boy, this might take a while. Okay. Tailed, I need an adjective.
I don't know, what, like squidgy. Would that work? Squidgy.
Squidgy, sure, why not? Satsu, I need an adjective.
Creamy.
Okay. Monkey, I need a celebrity.
Oh, what's her name? Kathy Griffin.
Kathy Griffin. Tailed, I also need a celebrity.
Michael Jackson.
Okay. Satsu, I need an animal.
Platypus.
Okay, that is it. All right. Monkey, I need a verb.
Fuck.
All right. Tailed, I need a noun.
Haggis.
Fine by me. Satsu, I need a noun.
A pickle.
That's the way you said it. A pickle.
Monkey, I need a part of the body.
You have a super chat. Let me think.
Thank you, Sanguine. Monkey wants his rectums to last abnormally long. Yeah, protracted rectum.
Yes, I
That's right.
do. Vaginal canal.
Oh, Jesus.
It's quite specific.
Yeah, that is. Well, it's. Let's see. Tailed, I need an adverb. Or describes a verb. Like quickly, or I ran quickly, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Honestly, it's too late at night for me to be thinking of these kinds of words. Okay. Sensually.
Ooh. Satsu, I need an adjective.
How about purple this time?
Can I time out the person that said haggis sucks in the chat?
if you feel inclined, I don't think it'll harm anything.
That is hate speech, and Police Scotland are on their way.
Monkey, I need an adverb.
Oh God. Slimily?
Slimily.
Slimily?
Slimily.
Are you sure?
That's the word I'm going with.
All right.
Slimily.
Tailed, I need an adjective.
That's what was that again? Describing.
Describes.
A noun.
Yeah, it describes a noun. Pointy.
Okay. Satsu, I also need an adjective.
God damn it. I'm trying to think of a good one. I can't do colors all the time. That's cheating. Ugly.
Oh,
Okay.
that works.
That's fine. Monkey, once again, I need a part of the body.
Ball sack.
Ball sack.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Tailed, I need an adjective.
Adjective. Honestly. Long wouldn't work, would it? Long? No.
Sure. I can.
Yeah, sure. We'll go for long. Look at it.
All right.
Keep it easy.
Satsu, I need a noun.
Umbrella.
All right. Monkey, I need a noun.
Bullwhip.
Okay. And lastly, tailed, I need a person in the room who is a male. So someone from the chat or someone here who is a male.
Okay.
That's key to the subject of this particular map.
Okay. So you're basically is that not discrimination?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's fine. I'm down with that. Well, since he's kind of been sending me stuff all night, let's go for Lord Pterodax.
Lord Pterodax. All right. This is a long list, but here we go. This is called My Dream Man.
Oh boy.
Oh, this should be fun.
My dream man should, first of all, be very squidgy and creamy. He should have a physique like Kathy Griffin, a profile like Michael Jackson, and the intelligence of a platypus. He must be polite and must always remember to fuck my haggis. To tip his pickle and to take my vaginal canal when crossing the street.
Yes.
Wait, it comes off.
He should move sensually, have a purple voice, and should always dress slimily. I would also like him to be a pointy dancer And when we are alone, he should whisper ugly nothings into my... Oh, shit.
Broken Scribe.
He should whisper ugly Can't do it. Okay. Okay. And when we are alone, he should whisper ugly nothings into my ball sack and hold my long umbrella.
Oh my God.
I know a bullwhip is hard to find. In fact, the only one I can think of is Lord Pterodax.
That one was fun.
Oh man.
Tip your pickle, guys. Tip your pickle.
Tip your pickle. Fuck your haggis. Oh my God.
Fuck your haggis.
Fuck your haggis, yeah.
Whispers ugly nothings into the ball sack.
And don't forget to take her vaginal canal across the street with you.
That's right.
It's just polite.
Okay.
All right. Well then, guys, with that, we're going to move on to question time, chat time. If you have questions for us, please put plenty of chat marks afterwards. If you have statements you just like us to consider, please put plenty of statement marks after those. So any comments, complaints, conspiracy theories, questions. Yeah.
I don't think there should be any questions after that. It's best just to leave it.
Let's see. Tyler Lalonde says, have you heard about Eric Gerard McGinnis? He 3D printed an AR lower, but was banned from buying a gun. He liked the rep baseball shooting and had a hit list. I hadn't heard of that guy. So the answer is no.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Midnight Exile. Scribe Light Monkey has something in his Discord DMs for me.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
Apparently you better check your Discord DMs, I guess.
I only turn on Discord usually to look at Stacey Dash naked. Oh,
There
there
you
she
go.
is.
Let's see. Slovenly Gulf City American. How does one join Monkey and Satsu's game for tonight?
I think our spots are filled.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Protracted anus is filled. What?
Rectum. Rectum.
The only requirement to actually play with us is just to make sure you have Steam and be online when we are. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna be grabbing people and sending them invites. So, you know.
Citron, have you seen Waz Lee's new video? He went off the rails. I have not, so I don't know.
I didn't know Waz was making videos again.
There you go. Mata Winter, Lords of the Night and Lord of Haggis. Have you had ramen poodles yet?
Ramen poodles?
I've never had ramen noodles either.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace. Scribbles, I'm
Don't
gonna
get them here.
Okay.
send this to you over in our DM.
Pyrus Creed says, Satsu, has your mom watched Overlord?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Dom O'Leary says, on the way to the dentist, don't think I'll nerd the laughing gas after that last story. You mean need?
The laughing gas.
Maybe need. Maybe I'll nerd it. Let's see. Blind Press says, I'm super happy with my new mic. I feel all professional now. Well, congratulations.
What kind of mic did you get?
Is it on an arm? Is like a Blue Yeti or something? Let's see. Peter says, what is Tail's Lord name? Lord of... we don't know. We haven't quite decided.
I think we'll go with Lord of Picts.
Lord
Why
of
not?
Picts. All right. Lord of
I
Picts.
think I might annoy some other Scottish people, but fuck it. They're not here, and I am. So.
RJ Bandsma, Scribe Light, what's the largest meal you've had in a long time? The largest? My company Christmas, holiday outing. Was one of those Brazilian barbecues where they just keep bringing different kinds of meat to your table and you drop it off and everything. So, yeah, I had way too much to eat that day. Let's see.
Scribe had too much meat that day, confirmed.
Too much meat.
Confirmed.
Jean-Pierre Scribelight, how would you rate Tim Burton and his work on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd have to go by individual movie. Different movies have different, values to me. So I've liked some of his stuff. I haven't so much liked others of his stuff. So I don't know. Check your logic, Satsu. What did your mom do after the confession you made yesterday?
She called him and yelled at him.
Shut up, monkey! Don't tell. Asshole.
It's true.
Let's see.
Oops.
Someone says
Oh,
I should be.
God.
I should be. Oh,
Monkey's
someone
dying.
dying over there.
Yeah.
Press F in the chat. No, someone said I should be the Lord of Picking, as in.
Oh, I see.
But I think Lord of Picks is better.
You okay, Monkey?
Yeah, I just remembered something as I was taking a drink.
Okay.
Did you guys see the guy who burned down his mom's yard?
Yes, that was fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, his mom gonna kill him?
That was funny.
Satsu, did you get to see that?
I didn't see it. What did he do, or how did he do it?
I'll find it and
Yeah.
send it to you. I'm gonna be
it.
coughing again. I'm gonna mute.
Okay.
Guys.
Thank you, Ethan Long. Just finished Daredevil season 3. Quite the spectacular bloody finale. I can't wait to own it on Blu-ray. Good night, Lords. Good night, Ethan. Thank you. Yeah, I like Daredevil season 3. The only weakness to it was that there was a lot of necessary hand-waving of logic on some things to believe that Fisk could be pulling that many strings, even for a comic book show. But overall, I really liked it. I still think the first season is the best, probably the best Netflix show, Marvel show overall. First season of Daredevil. So.
Oh yeah, it was an excellent show just as a show.
Yeah.
Satsu, I sent it to you guys. I put it in chat for you if you want to see it. It's like a 5-minute video, but it's funny as fuck.
Where'd you send it, Bunk?
I put it in our group chat.
Blind Press says, if he's not busy this Friday, would Tailed Feature like to be a guest on the coffee stream?
Depends what time. Because I
10
usually work.
a.m. usually.
He's in the Britain, so 10 a.m. Eastern?
Eastern, yeah.
Okay, so 5 hours ahead of that. So
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Yeah, I probably could make that, I think. Or at least I could start a bit later. I can maybe jump in after half an hour or so. So just hit me up, as the young people of today apparently say.
Daredevil. Okay.
Blind said she got a snowball. That's cool.
Oh,
That's what I use. I love it.
Mundane Matt says Daredevil season 1 overall is the best Netflix Marvel show, but the scenes between Daredevil and the Punisher and season 2 were the best scenes of that show. Not in my book, because the way they portrayed the Punisher was incorrect, and those scenes between him and Daredevil on the rooftop could have and should have gone a lot differently. If you actually look at the comic book that scene is based off of, or the comic panels and the story going on there, way more dramatic, way more brutal. The Frank Castle they portrayed in the Netflix universe is so emotional, so unhinged. It doesn't befit the character, and that was one of my major problems with him. They made him too much of a contrast from Daredevil in a lot of ways, or maybe too close to him. Actually, he should have been more cold. Anyway, that's just my idea.
So, Monkey, I'm looking at this video.
Mm-hmm.
The video is funny.
Yeah.
The comments are fucking hilarious.
Yes. Him yelling about mom's gonna freak out. They gonna his mom gonna beat his ass.
Not only mom, but most of the neighbors too.
Isn't that an apartment complex?
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. It looks like townhouses.
Oh shit.
Tartness says Tailed Feature. A few of us are playing Quiplash on Jack Gunsky's channel. Would you like to join us?
That a Minions of the Zoo thing, is it? Or
I don't know.
No.
Same time frame, but Jack does those on Tuesdays at 11:30 p.m.
Oh right, okay. I guess I could join for a while, but it's nearly 4 a.m. here, so I don't want to stay up too late.
Too late. You're such a popular guy.
Evidently, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I didn't have to work, so I could just do this all the time.
Let's see. Dom O'Leary says, "What's the booze you could never drink again, and why?" Probably Drambuie. It's really, really powerful, and It's not that I got sick from the Drambuie, but I had it in the course of events that are not fun to remember. So that's probably why I wouldn't want to drink Drambuie again.
Fair enough.
I can't think of a booze. I mean, I've had drinks that were disgusting, but I can't remember them offhand.
Hennessy for me.
Hennessy for you.
Yep, Hennessy for me. I can never drink that shit again, ever.
Let's see. I got the thing from Monkey via Midnight in Exile. Is this for the comic book thing that you're talking about?
Why is he hitting the fire with the fire extinguisher?
Because he ran out of fire extinguisher. He's got to put it out somehow.
I love how he just runs around in a circle like that. That's how you do it.
Suicide Grunts of America. Scribe Light. Ever heard of the Stratolaunch, the plane with a 385-foot wingspan that will apparently fly this year? I have not. That sounds crazy. That sounds like a Howard Hughes kind of Spruce Goose kind of deal.
385 feet?
Why would you need a wingspan that? I mean, I'm assuming they're trying to shoot a plane, not a rocket, up into the stratosphere, quote unquote. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but
they could have put that fire out in seconds with a bucket and a bath towel.
I didn't understand why they didn't have like just a garden hose nearby. That didn't make any sense to me. Frosted Glass says, do you know where I can find a good stream featuring both Quiplash and Weibo's Massive Schlong tonight at 11:30? I don't know. You'd probably have to ask Weibo because that's the required element there. Midnight Exile says, Scribe issue number 3 of Tech Force will be about a hero team called Night Squad. That is Light Scribe. Aha! I remember you talking about that. I saw the picture. I've got an interesting superhero visor that reminds me of like Blue Beetle or something. So that's cool.
Real fast, if you don't mind. Prospero says, I love that the minions get no love. Minions of the Zoo, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, every night of the week. There you go.
Dax Orion says, Monkey, I slept way too long. I blame Satsu.
What? You blame me for it?
Probably a Borderlands 2 thing. Weibo says, wait, that was tonight? I don't know, Weibo. I'm not your planner. Dom O'Leary says, Tailed, do you dig modern, vintage, or don't give a shit guitars? I love my vintage jobbies.
I don't know if he knows that jobbies, a jobby in Scotland means a poo. So I don't know.
A poo? I love The Simpsons.
So I don't really give a shit. I just play whatever that I like, basically. So hope that helps. Probably not, but
Grisella says, okay, I'm out. Good night, everyone. Bye, Grisella. Bye. Let's see. And hi, Weibo. Welcome to the show. If you weren't here before, I don't know. Let's see. Blind Press says, Ranty Monkey, thanks for recommending the Snowball. I am very happy with it.
Glad to help. Yeah, I love mine. I know people go for a lot more expensive ones. If you're just getting into this or you just need an upgrade, the Snowball, $50. Grab one. It's a very nice mic.
Ebony Williams says, Lords of the Night and Tailed, have you heard of the ISIS brides from Alabama and the UK wanting to come back to their respective countries? Yeah, we talked about the Alabama lady on the show a couple times now.
Yeah, and the one here, she got her citizenship revoked.
Pulled her citizenship. That's funny.
Because she had dual citizenship.
Oh.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And the one here, actually, there's a fight over her citizenship. So,
which is silly. Jean-Pierre says, Tail Feature, what is your golf score?
I've never played golf in my life, so I don't know.
You're a bad Scotsman.
Dude,
I really am.
You live in Scotland and you've never played?
Well, I went to a driving range once.
Some of the best courses in the world are over there.
Yeah, like Trump's.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't give a shit. I don't play any sports. Don't care about any sports at all. I'm pretty rubbish Scotsman, to be honest. I barely drink alcohol. I don't drink iron brew. I can't really eat haggis anymore because I've got a gluten intolerance. Never played golf. Don't like whiskey. What else can I do to shatter this illusion?
Tell me you wear pants all the time?
No, that's one thing I will say.
There we go.
I quite like casually wearing a kilt just to annoy people.
Let's see.
No,
Frosty.
I'm sorry. I want to ask Tail that question. I am so sorry to interrupt you there, Scribe. But is there a lot of people wearing kilts over there still, or is it just kind of a occasion thing?
It's more of an occasion thing. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've got one of my own, so I usually wear it when I go to England just to really annoy people.
Okay.
That actually happened a couple of weeks ago. Me and Ken Dankula went down to London, and actually this woman in London, she had like 2 crutches and barely any teeth, and she went, "That bloke's wearing a fucking skirt," at me, and I just went, "It's a fucking kilt, you stupid bitch." To which she was like, "It's a fucking skirt. You look like a fucking woman." I said, "Well, I suppose I probably am. I'm more feminine than you are."
Nice.
Yeah, but that's fine because she couldn't chase after me because she had crutches.
Sorry, Scribe. I just had a question for the guest there. I apologize.
Let's see. Frosted Glass says, if you had to go into battle with an artillery designed by any 3 inventors in history, who would they be? Albert Einstein, Werner von Braun, and Gerald Bull.
I don't know enough inventors.
No, Gerald Bull invented the super duper like gigantic super gun that Saddam Hussein was trying to build to like blow up. I think Kuwait or Israel or something. Like it was like I had like I don't even know what it was, like a half-mile long barrel, like half of it buried into the desert or something. It was crazy. You guys have any inventors you'd like to make a cannon for you?
Tesla.
Lightning gun.
To have to reach 3, did you say? Or what was it?
3 inventors.
I doubt anybody will know who this is, but Trevor Bayliss, Thomas Edison. I'm sure you know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of inventors that you guys haven't said. I don't know who else. What's the guy's name? Was it Richard Dyson? Is it?
Oh, the vacuum cleaner guy.
Vacuum guy.
Yeah.
to make artillery, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, and Trevor Bayliss invented the wind-up radio.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why I know that, but I do.
Let's see. Orpheus, Talos, Scribe Light. What was wrong with The Dark Knight Rises? Everything.
Oh, that movie.
Like every plot point in that movie failed, and most importantly, failed to fit together as a cohesive narrative. That's just my opinion, though. RJ Banzo, Scribe Light. What's the funniest thing to search for online? Ocasio-Cortez facts. Jack Gunsky.
0 results found.
Sorry, what?
0 results found.
Oh, 0 results found, yeah. Jack Gunsky, could you let the chat know that Jack Gunsky will be hosting Quiplash and other games on his channel after the stream, and that Weebo Jones and Tailed Feature will be there? Well,
No, we can't.
I think it's too late. Too late, Satsu.
Damn it.
Ebony Williams, what is the best animal to train for guerrilla warfare?
Pugs.
A gorilla.
Oh, man.
Nazi pugs.
Chinchillas.
Nazi
Chinchillas.
bugs, I think those are best.
Chinchilla guerrilla warfare.
That's right.
What else? Tesla. Everybody's talking about Tesla. Tesla's greater than Edison. Yeah, maybe.
Well, he was. I mean, he was a very smart man. But Edison was smarter when it came to patents. Just throwing that out there.
Dom O'Leary, the butterfly effect. If you had to, which notable person of history would you give a kick in the crotch?
Oh,
Like that's going to stop them from breeding, you mean? Or
Hitler's dad.
oh, there you go.
I would try. I mean, if anybody's deserved a kick in the crotch, it's that man.
Yeah. Ted Bundy.
There's a good one, yeah.
I don't know. You guys have any crotch kicking targets you'd appreciate?
I could probably think of 100 people, but can't even think of one right now.
William Wallace.
Attila the Hun.
Jesus, that's going back. Why?
Ivan the Terrible. Why not?
There you go.
Because they probably didn't have that fighting tactic back then, and I would have defeated them.
Devil Fruit Zero says best guest star on Scooby Doo. Oh, the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, Batman and Robin.
Oh, that's right. Batman and Robin did appear. That's right. Yeah.
The dudes from Supernatural.
Oh, that's right. They did do that. Yeah. I'm talking classically, though, like the Three Stooges showed up and Harlem Globetrotters. And who else aside from Batman and Robin? There was a bunch of people that showed up on there.
Don Knotts was great on there.
Oh, that's right. Don Knotts. Yeah.
I actually have a collection of Scooby-Doo's with guest stars. I can't remember them all. Oh. It's upstairs, though. So.
Let's see. Scribe Light says, RJ, what's the funniest way to wake up in the morning? Dead.
That's a bit dark.
It's gallows humor.
Uh-huh.
The funniest way on top of the woman you fell asleep on.
There you go.
And she's dead.
And she's dead. That's right. There you go.
I was going to say underneath her, and she's dead.
Yeah. That reminds me of the Michael Keaton movie, Sober. You ever want to see a really depressing movie, find Sober, starring Michael Keaton. Just saying. It's better than Bright Lights, Big City with Michael J. Fox. And on a similar
that movie sucked.
It really sucked. But Sober's great. I mean, it's a really great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just not. It's just a downer. But it's a really good drama, really well done.
I try not to watch movies about alcoholics because they're all downers.
Yeah, especially Leaving Las Vegas. Great movie, but don't watch that and Requiem for a Dream back to back, or you'll go and slit your wrists like YouTube Kids tells kids to do.
Oh, there's a super chat there.
Yep. Thank you, James Colley. Does Count Dankula get many requests to train dogs? Tailed feature.
Not serious ones, anyway. But yes, there have been a few people said that, and also, can you train my cat, or can you train an army of rabbits? Was the last one that I heard. So
if you opened up a dog training school for reals, do you think people would come to him?
Maybe
only the Nazi Scribe.
I suppose so. Yeah,
yeah. Only meme lords and Nazis.
Let's see. Stargazer says, reminder, be sure to watch Ranting Monkey and Satsu 2 Cents play Borderlands 2 after the stream on 2 Cents Plus.
That's right.
RJ Bandsmith, Scribe Light, can Monkey laugh like a supervillain? Yes, he can. Next question. Oh, did you want him to? That'd be a different thing altogether.
What does a supervillain laugh like?
I don't know. If it's Dr. Claw, you're going to tear your throat up. Gadget. Vortex says sober and less than zero. Oh God, that's depressing.
Less than zero. Oh, that was actually a drug movie though. But
yeah, that
was horrible.
Movie. Great, yeah. If you want to, the sober, less than zero, Requiem for a Dream, and Leaving Las Vegas. If you just want to make yourself feel horrible, actually probably feel better about your own life.
Yeah,
watch those movies as like a marathon, and you'll feel great.
Look, less than zero. What's
Pokemon, that? The first
movie. You cut out Satsu. What?
Pokemon, the first movie.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, less than zero is one of the reasons I never tried Coke.
Yeah.
I didn't want to suck dick.
Yeah, I like Pepsi better. So.
Let's see. Orpheus Tail feature. If you had the choice, would you choose to be Scottish?
Of course. Translucent Master Race.
There you go. Peter Silak Hades the third. What's actually happening? 313. What's actually happening with Dank's case? Is he going to jail? If he doesn't pay his $800 fine, they're going to come and get him apparently or something.
Take his shit.
Yeah, he got a court summons. Basically, the sheriff's officers could just come around and start taking his shit, like his car and all that kind of stuff, to pay it, or they can just seize it directly out of his account. So he's basically going to tell them that all the stuff in the house belongs to his missus,
Oh,
and that he doesn't have any money in his account. So then he'll get taken to jail, I would imagine.
Well, on that rather dire note, guys, we're going to come to the close of the stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. As you always do, you guys are the best audience in the world, even Scotland.
Aye, what?
Let's see. Tailed, thank you for joining us and guesting on here. I appreciate having talked to you in a little bit. I like having you on.
Nagav drag.
And apparently, you are a very popular guy. You are a most wanted individual in a good way.
Am I?
Well, you're wanted to
People
play
love you,
games
man.
with. Yeah, people want to play games with you, and blind women want to talk to you.
Well, they'd have to be blind, really. To...
Oh no!
Come on. That blue face is awesome.
Remember, guys, after this, over on 2 Cents Plus, you can watch Monkey and Satsu and others play Borderlands 2 to your heart's content. And then over on Jack Gunsky's channel, you can watch Tailed Feature and Weibo play Quiplash for a little while. So you have all types of options after this. Remember also that tomorrow, per usual, will be on Monkey's channel at the usual time. Usual. I'll just keep using that word. Elsewise, Tailed, Satsu, Monkey, thank you for joining me. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. And I'm sorry. Everyone who donated, thank you so much. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Probably Tail distracted me. Thank you so much for your generosity, and I do appreciate it. But with that, everyone, your lives make us sad, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
I Hiva.
Fuck off.
Today's secret word is ugly ballsack.